The new year means new goals. Proven Fitness Savannah has the facility and high-level coaching to help you see your fitness goals flourish in 2026. Stop by and see us at 7602A Waters Avenue or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
The GHSA and Watch BC Sports present to you quarterfinals playoff baseball here in the city of Savannah as the Benedictine Cadets will take on the Cambridge Bears. And they say the two best words in sports are Game 7. Well, this is about as close as we get here in high school baseball in the state of Georgia. Game 3 coming up this afternoon between the Cadets and the Bears. BC took Game 1 yesterday, 7-4, and then they led all the way through 5 innings. But in the 6th, a 2-run home run from Carson Clark was able to even up the ball game, and then the Bears finish it off in the bottom of the 7th on a wild pitch. So it all comes down to this. Situation is this. North Oconee, they took care of business. They 2-0 in their games yesterday. They're on to the next stage in the semifinals. If BC is able to win today, they will host North Oconee coming up next Wednesday. If Cambridge is able to win, they will head to North Oconee to play the semifinals. So staying alive and a chance to host a semifinals playoff game, which is about as far as you can go in the state of Georgia because all of the state championships are played on neutral fields, on the line for the Cadets tonight. And with that in mind, the starting pitcher tonight for your Cadets will be Ridge Reddick. Big number 23 will get the start on the hill for BC, and we'll give you the starting lineups for both teams here. We'll start with the Cambridge Bears. They'll bat first tonight. Patrick Spencer, the center fielder, will lead things off. He wears number 7. Sebastian Peralta, the second baseman, wears number 11, will bat second. Gavin Gebhardt, the first baseman, wears number 3, and he'll bat third. Will Degenhard, the catcher, wears number 18. He'll bat fourth. Batting fifth, the hero from last night, Carson Clark, wears number 30 and plays left field. Batting sixth will be Ethan Harrington. He started one of the games last night and pitched really well. He wears number 2, and he'll play right field today. Number 20, Solomon Lee, will DH and bat seventh. Tyler McKinley, the third baseman, wears number 17. He'll bat 8th. And then Callaway Holmes, he wears number 9, and he will bat 9th. Now, flipping over to the Cadets, they will face Hudson Plevins here in this winner-take-all matchup. And a very similar lineup to the two that we saw yesterday, just a little bit of a change. Amari Burst, the shortstop, of course, will lead off, followed by Noah Harris, the second baseman. Burst wears number 4, Harris wears number 1. Number 22, Mason Diamond, the catcher, will bat third. Kai Hernandez Gamble, the first baseman, wears 27, and he'll bat fourth. Number 5, Mason O'Neill, will bat fifth and DH. Ike Ross, the right fielder, will bat sixth. He wears number 12. Jaden Mueller will get the start tonight in left field. It was Ben Kleinpeter for 2 games yesterday. He wears number 20 and bats 7th tonight. Joyner Ulrich wears number 2, and he'll play center field. And then Elliot Ziegler wears number 9. He will bat 9th and plays third base. So just that one change in there for the Cadets tonight. But the story, Ridge Reddick on the mound for BC tonight. And I'm curious if this is, hey, we need you to go 5 or 6 innings, or if BC is going to platoon this 2 or 3 innings at a time. There's nothing to save arms for. This is win or go home. So BC laying it all out there as you see both coaches heading out to home plate to exchange their lineup cards. It's been a very competitive series here between these two teams. And again, BC led for 12 out of 14 innings yesterday. But that's the beautiful thing about baseball. Both teams get the same amount of chances, and the Bears certainly used theirs to even up the series. As they finish up announcing the lineups in the stadium, let's take this opportunity to take a quick break. We'll come back, national anthem, pregame prayer, and then we'll get this one underway here from Benedictine Military School.
criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at jvdattorney.com. Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings is one of Savannah's most popular. Could be the New York style pizza, or the pasta, or sandwiches, or wings. Whatever you choose, Cool Vibes has their own unique style. Check them out at 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah.
Welcome back in, and we will step aside here as we come back for the pregame prayer and the national anthem. And the Star Spangled Banner is certainly waving today. We'll give you a look at it down there. You can see just how windy it is here today. If it was windy yesterday, it is blustery today. Not quite blowing straight out like it was yesterday, but still going to be an interesting game for anybody in the outfield or anybody that's having to play a pop fly. With that in mind, bear with me. Doing my best to make this a seamless production, but we've already lost a couple of computer screens here to some wind gusts. So if you notice the stream go down for a moment, don't give up hope. We'll do our best to get back on as quickly as possible. Don't envision that happening, but you never know. Again, after being the home team in Game 2, Cambridge will be the away team once again here in Game 3. They're in their road blacks with blue lettering. BC in their home all-white pinstripes. And again, it'll be the big right-hander Ridge Reddick getting the start tonight for the Cadets, also a member of the football team. And he's got a good mix of fastball, breaking ball, and really just throws a heavy fastball. And here we go. Looks like we're ready to roll as the throw goes down to second. And that'll bring up Patrick Spencer, the center fielder. He had a home run yesterday. Again, winner heads to the semifinals. Loser, their season is done. And first pitch ripped out towards the gap. And first pitch home run for Cambridge. Ridge Reddick tried to get over with a fastball on the first pitch. And we talked about how hard that wind's blowing. Patrick Spencer caught it at the right time, and that one was a no-doubter. So one pitch, one run, and Cambridge out to an early lead. So now Reddick got that one out of the way, just got to settle in. Peralta steps in. He fouls that one away. And that one hit his elbow. So a home run and a hit batter. Not the start Reddick was envisioning, but got a long way to go. That'll bring up Gavin Gebhardt, the first baseman. Again, it was Colvin Proto that threw game one. Mason O'Neill threw game two. And that's in there for a strike. Kai Hernandez-Gamble was on the mound and gave up the wild pitch. He got to 2 outs with the bases loaded, but just the wild pitch allowed the man to come home from third. So you still have a fresh Noah Harris, a fresh Amari Burse. And that one squibbed foul. Ahead 0-2. You can hear just how windy it is here. Runner on first, nobody out, the 0-2. Just off the plate outside, ball one. Gebhardt was 3 for 4 last night. Or excuse me, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a walk. Check back to first, he's back plenty of time. Will Degenhard stands in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-2. And that one popped out towards right field. Ike Ross is there, puts a squeeze on it for out number 1. That'll bring up the catcher, Will Degenhard. He was 0 for 3 last night, reached on an error. Also grounded into a double play. BC could use one of those right here. As they check back to first. And he's back in. And that breaking ball's in there for strike 1. Reddick checks over to first. Shakes off Diamond, checks back over to first, and comes set. Here's the 0-1. And that one slapped foul. Quickly ahead, 0-2 here. Again, outside of the wind, pretty much a perfect day for baseball. No rain in the forecast, some clouds in the sky. I think the only one that's really going to affect is those guys in the outfield. As Peralta's back in safe, but front of his pants at least started white, now a shade of brown. Gets a couple steps lead at first. Here's the 0-2. Kick and the toss, and that's ripped out towards right field. And Peralta is going to dig for third. Burst will cut that off. And it'll be runners on first and second with one out. Nice piece of two-strike hitting there. Didn't try to overcook it and just shot it out in the right field. That'll bring up Carson Clark. Oh, excuse me. We had a change in the lineup card. I do not have a 26 on my card, so I'm just going to assume that's Carson Clark. He wore number 30 yesterday. So runners on the corners, just one out here. BC trying to avoid a big inning. And nice stab by Diamond there. That probably saved a run. Ball one. Ethan Harrington stands in the on-deck circle. Check back over to first. He's back in plenty of time. Reddick with the 1-0. And check swing. Count goes to 2-0. And again, Clark the hero last night. Down 2-0. He hit a 2-run bomb in the 6th inning. Reddick checks back to first, back in plenty of time. And ball 3. And Clark taking all the way there, but that one's in there for strike one. Count goes to 3-1. Now see if Clark's got the green light. He does, and grounds it foul. So, count goes full. Again, if you're just joining us, the run came on the first pitch of the game. A solo shot out to right field by Patrick Spencer. Got every bit of it. And now we have runners on the corner. One out. Full count. And that one hit out of Noah Harris. He fumbles it. He's going to have to be quick. And he gets the out, but that could have been 2. As things stand, that'll push across the second run of the inning here for Cambridge. And that'll bring up Ethan Harrington. And that one fouled off over the first base dugout. Good breaking ball there from Reddick. Harrington was 0 for 2 last night with a walk. Also flew out and struck out. And he's just going to throw that into center field. And nice job by Ziegler stopping that one from going in the dugout. So now, with 2 outs, there's a runner on third. And it must have been a miscommunication there because he didn't have anybody breaking on that tag. And again, a really nice play by Ziegler out at third base to stop that because that would have scored another run. The 0-1 is in the dirt, 1-1. Count even at 1-1. And just a little check swing. Going to be a tough play. Harris to Gamble. And Hernandez Gamble puts a squeeze on it. So 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs come in, an error as well for the Cadets. Again, Cambridge out to a 2-0 lead there in the top of the first. Bottom of the first, Cadets coming up. Mari Burst will lead things off when we come back.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the Shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Presented by Proven Fitness. This is Watch BC Sports, bringing you Cadets baseball. Then it'll be Amari Burse here leading things off with the Cadets. They're trying to answer. And it'll be Hudson Plevins pitching for the Bears, number 12. And someone at Cambridge has made some good money selling peroxide because they all have the peroxide bleach blonde hair going on. And Plevins, no different. And Burse, I guess you could call it cold for him last night. He did score, stole 2 bases, but was just 1 for 4. So he's looking to make a little bit bigger impact today. Snappy fastball and a really nice curveball from Plevins from what we've watched in warm-ups as the sun starts to peek out here in Savannah. And again, Amari Burse, a UAB commit, and there to play baseball, but still just a junior. Slotted to be the quarterback for the Cadets this coming fall. And was the quarterback his sophomore season after Stephen Cannon went down with an injury. Led BC to the quarterfinals, a couple playoff wins. And BC looking to answer here. And Burse rips that one out and a leadoff single. So some first pitch action for both leadoff hitters. And Burse is on, and we've seen in this series how dangerous it is when he gets on. It just puts so much pressure on the pitcher. Again, for one of the runs last night for the Cadets, Burse stole a couple of bases and ended up coming home. BC looking for a repeat performance here. Brings up Noah Harris. He's playing second base today. Left-hander. Been swinging a nice stick here in the playoffs. And that first pitch catches the outside corner. As we had a Blackhawk and a couple of fighter jets earlier. Now we have a Chinook overhead. They're going to try to throw back, but Burse just steps back onto the bag. No problem. Plevens checks back over to first. Ahead 0-1. And that one right in the same spot. For strike number 2. So now Harris has to protect the plate. Try to get Amari Burse over. And that one spiked in the dirt. Amari Burse is going to go. And the catcher will hold on to it. Again, that's the pressure of the speed Amari Burse has. As a full stands are starting to fill up with standing room only folks. The 1-2 here from Plevens. And that one grounded out towards third. Does his job as that one gets away. And Burse is going to come home. Just a miscommunication between the shortstop and the third baseman. Shortstop tried to glove it. Bounced off of him. Third baseman kind of gave up on it. And so that's going to bring Burse all the way around for the first run of the game for the Cadets. Good piece of 2-strike hitting there from Harris to put it in play. And that's going to go as an error. And that'll bring up Mason Diamond, the catcher, and he has been the hottest bat for the Cadets here in the playoffs. He's got a runner on first. Nobody out. And that breaking ball's in there for strike number 1. Plevens checks back over to Harris at first. Diamond stands ready. And that one's high. 1-1. Mason Diamond was 2 for 4 last night with 2 singles. Had a home run in game 1. That one way off the plate. Count goes to 2-1. Both of these pitchers having a battle early. But you're facing 2 lineups here that know they're down to their last 21 outs of the season. As the wind starts to billow across here. And Diamond ahead 3-1. Again, runner on first here for the BC catcher. Plevens gets a signal. And that one ripped out towards center field, but right at him. And Harris, for whatever reason, was a mile off of first base. He tries to explain himself, but I don't know that there is an explanation for that one. Just a mental error and a bad double play there for the Cadets. That'll bring up Kai Hernandez-Gamble. He had a home run back in game 1. As he shoots the first pitch out towards left field, and outfielder circles around on it. But one run comes across as Amari Burse gets on base with a single, steals a base, and then comes around on a fielding error And as things sit, through one, BC trails 2-1. We'll come back. Bears due up.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Vernon Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the Shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Welcome back in here to watch BC Sports. Ridge Reddick back on the mound for his second inning of work, and it will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters here for the Bears. Solomon Lee, Tyler McKinley, and Callaway Holmes. And specifically, those last two guys did some damage last night. Callaway Holmes did a great job of really what you want out of your 9-hole hitter, just getting on base and setting things up for the top of the order. And Solomon Lee, the DH, will stand in. He was 0 for 2 last night, got on base with a hit by pitch. Also struck out twice. And he rips at the first one and sends it foul. Mid-80s here in Savannah. And that one goes behind him. Lucky it didn't hit him. And Reddick fixes a divot in the front of the mound. Here's the 1-1. Way outside, 2-1. And big swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 2-2. Tyler McKinley stands in the on-deck circle, third baseman. He was part of the error that allowed Amari Burst to score. And that one just misses. Count goes full at 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's the first strikeout of the game there for Ridge Reddick. And that'll bring up Tyler McKinley. He was 1 for 3 last night. Had a single in his first at bat. And that one gets away from Mason Diamond. And that one's low. Count goes 2-0. Reddick behind 2-0. Trying to find the strike zone. And that one way outside. Quickly 3-0 here. And McKinley taking all the way there. And Reddick gets it over for strike one. So now we'll see if they give him the go-ahead. They do, and he fouls it straight back. So Reddick battles back. Count goes full again. Here's the 3-2. Flipped out towards right field. Ike Ross is on his horse. And he catches it on the run. So 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the second. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Callaway Holmes. And that one pegs him, first pitch. Which, don't want to put too many guys on in front of the next guy. That brings up Patrick Spencer. He hit a rocket shot home run on the first pitch of the game in his first at bat. Reddick checks over to first, but he's got 2 outs. Just got to get the man out at the plate, and that one misses inside. Reddick gets the signal from Diamond and throws back over to first, but Holmes is back in plenty of time. And that breaking ball catches the outside corner, 1-1. Reddick checks over to first. He's got a signal. Here's the 1-1. And that one crosses up Diamond. That's going to be ball 2. And that one flipped out towards second. Noah Harris tries to get there, but can't get the squeeze on it. And so it's going to come back to Omari Burse. Runners on first and third with 2 outs here. And Patrick Spencer stays red hot. That'll bring up Sebastian Peralta. He got hit by a pitch his last time up. Came around to score. Reddick trying to keep them right where they are. And that one, first pitch, ripped out in the right field. That'll score 1. And the Bears are up 3-1. So Reddick got the first 2 guys in the inning, 1-2, but then hit the third guy. He comes around to score right there, and now runners on first and second facing Gavin Gebhardt. Flew out his first time up. And that one misses off the plate outside. And you're curious how long they'll let Reddick go. As again, this is it. And Reddick steps off. And that one's in there for strike 1, evens up the count. And that one flipped out, and that's going to reach out into right field. They'll send the runner. Throw comes in late. That'll be cut off, and another run comes around. So now all of a sudden, the Bears are just batting around, and the lead is 4-1. 3 singles in a row. And that'll bring up Will Degenhard, the catcher. And no action as of yet for BC in the bullpen. And BC can't let this one get too open. And that one misses outside, just missed. Reddick checks back to second base. And that one's high, 2-0. And Reddick is reeling right now. Degenhard singled his first time up. And he's ahead 2-0 here. And that one way outside. And that one's going to get thrown into center field as Diamond just skies Burse. And now runners will move up to second and third, and the count's full at 3-0. And that Cambridge dugout and supporting crowd is coming alive here as they smell blood in the water. That's a second error on the Cadets here in as many innings. And Ridge Reddick's got to find some magic here. Now some activity for BC in the bullpen as he gets that one over for a strike. First base is open. Carson Clark stands on deck. That's a lot of power in that bat standing in the on-deck circle. Would rather wait and see him in the third inning. And that's going to peg Degenhard. That's the third hit batter here in 2 innings. So that will load the bases with 2 outs and bring up Carson Clark, and he grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up, and I think that's going to do it for Ridge Reddick. So 1 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs responsible for, and responsible for the 3 batters still standing on the mound, or on the bases, excuse me. And that'll bring up Ben Kleinpeter, who's played left field for the Cadets through the first 2 games of the series. And he'll take some time to warm up. His job right now, just find 1 out. As Cambridge is dangerously close to blowing this one open. We'll take a quick break while Kleinpeter warms up. We'll come back. Bears looking to blow this one open.
Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at jvdattorney.com. BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Welcome back in here to watch BC Sports as the runners head back to their respective bases. And two pinch runners on right now, Ian Haas and trying to see the other number up there, but we do have two pinch runners on. I think the other one will be Charlie Paulus as Klein Peter on his first pitch gets over for a strike. And two pitches, two strikes here from Klein Peter. And BC looking to get out of this inning. Clark grounded into his fielder's choice his last time up. And he's going to hit his elbow. BC's dugout's arguing that he stuck it out and didn't try to avoid it, but doesn't matter. He's going to come across, and that's the fifth run of the ball game. And that's just more two-strike performance there from the Bears. I know that one, the pitcher's fault, but the fourth hit by pitch of the game. But there's been some clutch two-strike hitting here for the Bears so far, and that's really been the difference in this one. That brings up Ethan Harrington. And he pops that one a mile high, but foul. And BC in the danger zone right now. That's in there. So again, ahead 0-2, but just got to get that put out here. And umpire's just going to stare at it. I don't know where it missed, but he's going to say that it did. And that brings the count to 1-2. Here's the 1-2. And that one gets by. Diamond's going to have a play at the plate and does not make it. So a wild pitch scores another run, and BC can't get out of their own way. So 2-2. And that one grounded foul. Count stays even at 2-2. And Cambridge starting to pour it on here. And again, just misses, and that runs the count full to 3-2. Harrington digs in, and Klein Peter is trying to find a strike. That one fouled away. Harrington stays alive. Ball went back to the pitcher. Pitcher wasn't looking for it, and people were wondering if the ball was live. And that one ripped down to center field. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs will come home. And Cambridge has blown this one wide open, and to add insult to injury, missed the cutoff man, and the runner makes it all the way to second base. 8-1 here, and Cambridge is rolling. Kleinpeter kicks the dirt in frustration. He thought he had strike 3, but the umpire just stared at it, and 3 runs have come across the board since. And that one almost gets away from Diamond. And BC just can't find the strike zone here today. Here's the 2-0. And Solomon Lee was the first person to bat this inning. He was the first out. Tyler McKinley was the second out, and since then, the Bears have batted around. All of this with 2 outs. And finally a strike. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Count goes full at 3-2. Again, Lee, the 10th batter of the inning. And that one hit high and up and over the dugout. Count stays full at 3-2. Again, North Oconee awaits the winner of this one. If BC somehow finds a way to come back, they'll host next week. If Cambridge holds on to this lead, they will head to North Oconee for the semifinals. And that one ripped to Kai Hernandez. And Kai Hernandez Gamble puts the squeeze on it finally for the out. But 10 Bears come up to bat. 6 runs get across the board. And BC in trouble as we head to the bottom of the second.
Dead or alive, we want your car. No matter the condition, running smooth or barely rolling, Cash In Carry in Savannah will buy it right off the road. Visit us now, get your instant offer, and turn that ride into cash today. We buy cars, any condition.
Criminal defense, family law, DUI, and divorce. You need representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted a Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023. Online at jvdattorney.com.
And if there is anything negative to be said for that inning for the Bears, it's that Hudson Plevins sat on the bench for a long time while his team was up there. So basically having to start from scratch, warming up. As you see how relaxed the Bears are, we got a hacky sack game going on between innings. Keeps the hand-eye coordination fresh and spirits up here between innings. That'll bring up Mason O'Neill, the DH, for his first at-bat. Game 2's starting pitcher, and I don't think you could have asked for much more from him. He's unbelievable. But BC just couldn't get any run support across for him. So got to start chipping away. And that one hit a mile high, right above shortstop. Wind's whipping, but Callaway Holmes puts a squeeze on it for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out there. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Ike Ross. Ike Ross was 1 for 4 last night with a single. And if you're BC, just got to get base runners on. That's a small strike zone today because that one looked like it was right down the middle, but the umpire's going to say ball 1. And Ross rips that one foul. Evens up the count at 1-1. And Ross sends that one out to right field. Outfielder chases it back to the wall. Nice snag there on the track. And that's out number 2. That'll bring up Jaden Mueller. Playing left field tonight for the Cadets. And that one misses outside the plate for ball 1. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Good stab there by the catcher to hold that one. Count goes to 2-1. And that one, a delayed strike call. If that was a strike, Ben Kleinpeter's wondering where a couple of his were. Evens up the count at 2-2. 2 outs. Nobody on base. As Plevins comes set and gets the strikeout. So BC can't answer. 3 up, 3 down there in the bottom of the second. We'll go to the top of the third. BC's got to find a way to hold them where they are.
The honor, The heritage, the tradition of excellence. The home for Benedictine Cadets football is WatchBCSports.com. All the games, play-by-play, and in-depth analysis. Home of the Danny Britt Show. Be a part of the action as your Benedictine Cadets take the field in their quest for yet another championship. On the official home of the Cadets, WatchBCSports.com. And look for us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchBC Sports.
Welcome back into Watch BC Sports. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Bears here in inning number 3. Tyler McKinley will lead things off. He flew out in his last at bat. And Ben Kleinpeter back out for another inning of work. As the throw goes down to second base, we're ready to go as McKinley steps up. And that's in there for strike number 1. Again, BC pitchers haven't had trouble getting up in the count. It's been putting guys away. A lot of clutch 2-strike hitting from the Bears. And Kleinpeter spikes that one. That breaking ball never broke. Count goes to 2-1. And that one ripped out into left field. Mueller kicks it, but able to recover. And that'll be a leadoff single there for Tyler McKinley. That'll bring up Callaway Holmes. He was hit by a pitch and started that rally there in the second inning. And some BC fans have seen enough as they head to the exit side. And that ball is high for ball 1. Patrick Spencer stands in the on-deck circle. He's 2 for 2 in this one. Kleinpeter gets that one over for a strike, evens up the count at 1-1. Kleinpeter checks back to first, but McKinley's back in plenty of time. And they show bunt. Kleinpeter spikes it. And they're going to say that was a strike. Didn't get the bunt back. So count goes to 1-2 here. Bunting's probably off the table now. And they're going to give him second base. Curious what the conversation was. I think maybe the umpire had mistakenly held him, thinking it was a foul ball. And that one's high and inside. It's the only thing I can think, but nobody out. Runner on second. Counts even at 2-2. And that hits him. The 5th hit by pitch today from a Cadets pitcher. And the 2nd time Holmes has been hit. And so we'll see our 2nd pitching change of the game here for the Cadets. And it will be Amari Burse who steps up from shortstop to take over. And that will bring in Dade Dotson to play second base, and they will shift Noah Harris over to short. So again, runners on first and second, nobody out, and the big bat of Patrick Spencer coming up. He is 2 for 2 with a single and a home run. Hit the first pitch of the game a long ways. And there's strike one. So Burse and Harris, a tough situation. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. And that one high and outside for ball one. And that one almost hit Spencer. Count goes to 2-1. Burst checks the runners. Comes home. And that one's rolled over. Kai is not going to get there in time. Oh, they're going to say out. So just beat him, but Spencer does a good job getting both base runners over. It was a tough play. He was cooking down the line. So Spencer grounds into a fielder's choice. And the runners move to second and third with one out. That brings up Sebastian Peralta. He hit a rope of a single in his last time up. Got hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. And the infield is in for the Cadets. Got to keep him here. And nice job by Diamond just staying in front of that one. Ball one. And it's in the same spot. Almost got him on the toes. 2-0. And BC pitching just struggling to find the strike zone today. After really pounding it yesterday. I mean, Proto and O'Neill were great yesterday. And when you're missing that wildly, you're not going to get any close calls, as we see right there. Count goes to 3-0. First base is open. Peralta's got a great eye. He walked multiple times yesterday. OPS has to be through the roof. That one swung on and fouled back. Burst is ready with the 3-1. They're going to check down, and they'll say strike 2. Peralta couldn't check his swing. And that one grounded out. Nice play by Dotson. He'll check the runner at third, get it over to first, and that's out number 2. Nice play by the second baseman who just checked into the ball game. That'll bring up Gavin Gebhardt. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Came around to score his last time up. Mari Burst looking to get out of a jam. And Diamond does enough to stay in front of that one for ball 1. He's working back there behind the plate. Beautiful thing about baseball, everybody gets the same amount of chances. BC is going to need something special to come back in this one. It's got to start here. That one hits him, but he was swinging, so that's going to be strike 1. Burst gets a signal from Diamond. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got him on a changeup. Looked like a fastball down the middle and then just dropped off the table. So a strike away from getting out of this one with no damage done. Burst is going to reset here. And that one grounded out. Noah Harris has it. He'll throw over. And Kai Hernandez Gamble squeezes it. And that's out number 3. So they put 2 on, but nobody comes across. BC holds them where they are. Now the Cadets got to start pouring on runs.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Welcome back in here to watch BC Sports. Cadets trail by 7 here as we head to the bottom of the third, but the top of the third, the first inning, the BC has held Cambridge without a run. So a positive trend there. 8, 9, and 1 due up for BC here in the bottom of the third. It will be Joyner Ulrich, followed by Elliot Ziegler, and Amari Burse will bat third in this one. So you can hear that wind starting to pick up again. It's been gusting all day. Ulrich was 0 for 2 last night. Looking to make his impact on this series. He's played a good defensive center field for the Cadets. But now looking to tag on offensively. As Ulrich digs in. And that one ripped foul. And the fun thing about being in a pitcher in the position that Plevins is in is you can just go out there and pound the strike zone. If you give up a solo shot, so what? You're still up 6. Just can't let BC get base runners on. And so he's just going to be throwing heat. And that one just misses. Count goes to 1-1. And that one misses. 2-1. Good eye there from Ulrich. Chance of juice box coming from the BC dugout. Ziegler stands in the on-deck circle. Here comes the 2-1. And Ulrich rips that one out towards center field. Going to be a tough play, and that one gets down. So, leadoff single for the Cadets. A nice bit of hitting there from the Cadets center fielder. That'll bring up Elliot Ziegler. He was 1 for 3 last night with a single. And BC looking for a rally of their own. Amari Burst comes to the on-deck circle. Be nice to have a couple guys standing on base when he stands in. And curveball gets in there for strike 1. That's the one that he couldn't quite locate to Ulrich, but snaps off one there for strike 1. Wind now blowing left to right across the field. And that one misses high. I think that might have been a pitch out. The way the catcher attacked it. Back in again. Trying to keep Ulrich where he's at. And that one misses high. Count goes to 2-1. And that one misses. Count goes to 3-1. Plevins checks the seams on the ball. Gets his signal from his catcher. Looks over to first base, and he's ready. 3-1 count here to Elliot Ziegler. And that one misses high. So runners on first and second, and that will bring Murray Burst to the bag. Of course, Burst now the pitcher for the Cadets, and he can help himself out here. Nobody out. Runners on first and second, and Burst looking for a big moment. And that breaking ball never broke. Ball 1. There's not a 7-run swing, but just like you saw the Bears do, you can just one at a time to start rotating guys around. And big swing and a miss. That breaking ball was bound for the dirt, but Amari Burst helped him out. Count goes even to 1-1 as Plevins gets his signal. And Burst hits a high fly ball out to left field. And it's way out of here. 3-run shot for Amari Burse, and BC cuts that lead in half. Yeah, Amari Burse fired up. As with nobody out, BC's added 3 runs here in the bottom of the third. And the first base umpire took some exception to the celebration from BC. And that's brought some life back into this BC crowd. 8-4 looks a whole lot different than 8-1. Noah Harris comes to the plate, swinging at the first pitch he sees. Harris singled in his first time up, or excuse me, reached on an error, and then got caught standing off the bag. And that's in there for strike 2. Harris chokes up on the bat behind 0-2, and that one skips up there 1-2. And some activity now in the bullpen for Cambridge. That should be strike 3. Umpire called strike 2, but that one was right there, and strike 3. That'll bring up Mason Diamond. He flew out to center field in his first plate appearance. Big swing and a miss on the breaking ball there from the BC catcher. That one off the plate outside. Count evens up at 1-1. Diamond has been probably the best at getting on base for the Cadets in the playoffs. And what was a small strike zone is starting to expand. That's in there for strike 2. Never looked like it had the plate. I mean, the catcher setting up off the plate. And that one skips up there 2-2. Kai Hernandez Gamble stands in the on-deck circle. Diamond battling here. Count 2-2. And that one fouled back towards the concession stand. Count stays even at 2-2. Some clouds now covering the sky here in Savannah, and the wind blowing straight out to the outfield. No rain in the forecast, but dropping the temperature a little bit. Here's the 2-2. And that one way outside. Count goes full. Just trying to find that outside corner again, but just held on to it. One out, nobody on. Amari Burse with a 3-run home run a little bit earlier in the inning. And that is low. So that'll put a batter on, or a runner on, excuse me, for Kai Hernandez Gamble. He flew out to left field, and I think this might be it for Plevens. So he gets through 2 1/3 innings, gives up 4 runs. And I'm curious who it'll be coming out of that bullpen. No, nobody's run out yet. Maybe just having a talk with him. Okay, when you're up 7, you kind of have some leeway. But now up 4, you got to tighten up a little bit. And so they'll leave him in. Umpire goes up to break him up. Again, Kai flew out in his last plate appearance. If he can get into one, that wind is blowing straight out to right field. So runner on first, 1 out. And BC's power hitting first baseman steps in. He homered yesterday. Would love a repeat spot right here. And that breaking ball started at his head and broke down by his belt. Great pitch for strike 1. Mason O'Neill stands in the on-deck circle, another left-handed power bat. And that one misses high and inside. Count evens up at 1-1. And Kai having a conversation with Mason O'Neill in the on-deck circle about what he's seeing. And Kai just missed that one, fouled it straight back. Outfield way back. Now Kai's got to protect. The 1-2. And fouled straight back, stays alive. Here's the 1-2. And that one's ripped out into right field. That's going to chase the right fielder all the way back to the track. And Mason Diamond on his horse is in safely at third base. So runners on the corner. BC looking to add on here. Still just 1 out, and that'll bring up Mason O'Neill. And O'Neill really just wants to put this one in play, get that runner home from third, but got to be careful about grounding into a double play. O'Neill flew out in his first plate appearance. BC would take that right here, just put it deep in the outfield, bring home Diamond. And that breaking ball breaks back over the plate for strike 1. Again, Cambridge scored 2 in the top of the first. BC battled back to score 1, but then Cambridge opened it up with 6 runs in the top of the 6th. Now BC looking to crawl their way back in. And that one slapped down the line, but foul. So ahead 0-2, and now O'Neill's got a battle. Ike Ross stands in the on-deck circle. 0-2 here. And tried to get him to chase, but he wouldn't. And strike three, delayed strike three call, and it never had the plate. O'Neill's upset, and the strike zone is all over the place right now, but that's just part of baseball. So I think that will do it. So nice way to go out for Plevens. He gets the strikeout. As he gives up 4 runs in his outing. And we'll see who's coming on here. We'll bring in Ethan Rasper. He's done some good work in this series already in relief. And BC's coaching staff is upset right now about the inconsistency with the strike zone. They're having a conversation with the third base umpire. Well, there's no challenges in high school baseball. You take what the umpire gives you. And whoever's running the music picks the most depressing song of all time to roll through as the clouds come in. And we get some sad U2. If the strategy is just to keep Cambridge like melancholy, it might be working. Again, Cambridge broke out to that 8-1 lead. BC trying to battle back. It's been a long inning here. If you're just joining us, Amari Burse had a 3-run home run at the beginning of this inning to bring BC back within 4. Now Rasper will come in and try to get one out. And he'll have to put out Ike Ross, who flew out in his first plate appearance. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in on this Thursday afternoon. So it looks like Rasper's finishing up his warm-up tosses. It's hard to beat high school playoff baseball. And BC's done a wonderful job. Packed out house here right now. Cambridge, it's about 40 fans in tow as well. They've been loud and proud. So here comes Ike Ross. He's had some clutch hits this season. Could use one right here. Just got to put it in play. Make the defense work. Try to bring home your catcher. Rasper's ready. First pitch fouled up and over the first base dugout. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Ross is just behind now. He's got a battle down 0-2. Works quickly and gets strike number 3, and he's fired up. So BC able to get 3 on the board, but what looked like it could be a big inning comes up a little bit short as Rasper able to get the strikeout right there. So BC crawls back within 4. We go to the 4th inning.
The honor, the heritage, the tradition of excellence. The home for Benedictine Cadets football is WatchBCSports.com. All the games, play-by-play, and in-depth analysis. Home of the Danny Britt Show. Be a part of the action as your Benedictine Cadets take the field in their quest for yet another championship. On the official home of the Cadets, WatchBCSports.com. And look for us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchBCSports.
Welcome back into Watch BC Sports. Amari Burst back on the mound for the Cadets. And Dotson in at second base as Noah Harris replaces Burst at short. We're hoping some rain holds off here. Looking like it should. We're already battling wind gusts up here on top of the concession stands. So coming up here for the Bears in the 4th inning, it will be 4, 5, and 6. Will Degenhard will lead things off. He is 1 for 1. Got hit by a pitch in his last time up. Came around to score. And almost gets hit right there. I think maybe if Burst hadn't reared back and thrown a fastball, he might have stood in and taken that one, but he saw how fast that one was coming in. And that one popped up behind second. Going to be a tough play, but Icross is there for out number 1. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to remind you, like I reminded the folks last night, please keep it as clean as possible in the comment section. This is a high school broadcast. These high school kids out there, a bunch of teenagers playing baseball. I will not hesitate to kick people out of the comment section. And that one misses high for ball 1. That one down and away for ball 2. And that one ripped a mile. Breaks up a T-ball game going on over there, but just a loud strike. And lays off for ball 3. So Burst behind 3-1 here. Gets that one over for strike 2. Swing and a miss. Burst gets a strikeout. And that'll bring up Ethan Harrington. And Burst now finding his rhythm a little bit. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Got him with a changeup. BC looking to get out of the inning. And that one skips away for ball one. That one chopped out towards third. Ziegler can't hold it. So runner on with 2 outs. And don't forget, that's how the rally got started in the second inning. BC went 1-2. Then a hit by pitch got the rally started. So that'll bring up Solomon Lee, the DH. He is 0 for 2. And that one spikes, gets away, and that's going to send the runner down to second. So Burst trying to settle down. And Diamond's going to walk out and have a conversation with him. One ball, no strikes. And that one grounded foul down the first base line. Amari Burst looking to get through this 4th inning unscathed. And that one catches the outside corner. Burst ahead 1-2. And nice job by Mason Diamond to get in front of that one. Really quality at bats from Cambridge throughout the series. They're a really tough team to get out. Don't swing at stuff off the plate. Do a really good job of putting the ball in play and making you play defense. The 2-2. There's strike 3. Burst fired up as he heads back to the dugout. And BC will come up bottom of the 4th looking to add on.
Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at jvdattorney.com.
Be 7, 8, 9 due up for the Cadets here in the bottom of the 4th. As Rasper comes out for another inning. Jaden Mueller will lead things off. He struck out in his first plate appearance. And BC looking to chip away at this lead. Done a good job the last couple of innings, holding the Bears right where they are. Now the offense has to pick up where it left off last inning. Throw goes down to second. We're ready to roll. Again, bottom of this order, just looking to get on base in front of the top of the order. Set up a big inning. But Rasper's been a tough guy to get a hit off of. There's a reason he's the first button they pushed in the bullpen. And that one right down the middle for strike one. That one misses off the plate outside. Evens up the count at 1-1. Again, Mueller got the start out in left field. It's been Ben Kleinpeter, but I think with Kleinpeter scheduled to pitch, they let Mueller get in the lineup today. And he doesn't pull the trigger on that breaking ball. Count goes to 1-2. Rasper likes whatever the call was, nods his head. Here comes the 1-2. And that one popped a mile in the air out towards right field. Should be an easy play. And he makes it easy as it can be with the wind blowing as much as it is out there, but that's out number one. I'll bring up Joyner Ulrich. He singled in his last plate appearance, got on base in front of Amari Burse, who was able to hit that 3-run home run. And, yeah, good job by Ulrich holding off on that one. They go down to the first base umpire for a call, but Ulrich never brought the bat off of his shoulder. Just kind of twisted the hips forward. Wind whipping out towards right field. And that one's high, 2-0. And that one's in the dirt. He's ahead 3-0. And here's the decision as the third base coach / head coach. Do you give him the green light here because you know they're about to throw a fat fastball down the middle, or do you just take the whole way? And he's taking the whole way, and that's the smart call. That's why I'm sitting up here and he's down there. That'll put a runner on first base. That'll bring up Elliot Ziegler. He walked his last time up. And again, Amari Burse steps into the on-deck circle. BC trying to get some guys on base in front of him. And that one ripped out into center field. He had it played nicely, and he'll put a stab on that one for out number 2. Ziegler squared it up, but just hit it right at the center fielder. That will bring up Amari Burse. He had a 3-run home run his last time up. And I don't think the left fielder could play any deeper unless he was actively standing on top of the wall. And that one's in the dirt. And Ulrich's going to advance to second. And that one in the dirt. And now with first base open, you wonder if they pitch very carefully to Burse here. And that one skied to center field, but the park should hold it. It's going to actually rotate all the way over to right field. He puts the squeeze on it. So BC gets a hit, but no runs across. We'll take you to the top of the 5th inning next.
I'm Kenny Granger from Cash and Carry. We're a family-owned business right here in Savannah. We have sections of vehicles that really make it all simple. You'll get a printout of where the vehicle's at, the color of the vehicle. We really want them to be able to come in the yard and find out right where they need to be. The average savings would be at least 70, 80, could be even 90% compared to original manufactured parts. So you can come to a place like Cash and Carry and find the parts that you need at an extremely reasonable price. We'd love for you to come check us out.
The Georgia High School Association is a voluntary nonprofit organization composed of over 450 public and private high schools. The GHSA administers regulations for region and state competition in 19 sports and 2 activities. Founded in 1908, the GHSA strives to promote good sportsmanship, participant safety, and fair play among its member schools. For more information, visit ghsa.net. Follow @official GHSA on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. 8, 9, and 1 due up here for the Bears in the top of the 5th. Amari Burst will stay on the mound for the Cadets, and he'll face Tyler McKinley, the third baseman. He's 1 for 2 today, singled in his last plate appearance. And BC either playing him to pull or shoot it the other way because it is wide open behind second base. And that one inside. And that one ripped out towards left field. But Muller's there to put a squeeze on it. It's a great swing by McKinley. I just think the wind, he caught at a bad time because it's blowing left to right now. So a loud out number 1. And that'll bring up Callaway Holmes. He's been hit by a pitch twice in this game. And he rips that one. And that's going to be a tough play. And the outfielders collide. Ball pops out. And Holmes is going to be in there with a double. And they're going to have to check on Joyner. Or he's up. I think just knocked the wind out of him. A couple of tough fellas. And it looked like Ike Ross had it, but when they collided, that ball popped out. So that'll put Callaway on second. And they should score that a double. That'll flip things back over to the top of the order as Patrick Spencer comes up to bat. He is 2 for 2 in this one, batted into a fielder's choice his last time up. Trainer still out there talking to Joyner. Looks like both guys are okay as the trainer heads back in. And again, that'll bring up the power bat of Patrick Spencer. He's had a great series. Looking to add on. And Burst catches the outside corner for strike 1. Want to get ahead of this guy. That one pop foul. Quickly ahead, 0-2 here. Burst gets the signal in from Mason Diamond. Ahead 0-2 here. And misses low. Burst checks back to second and comes home. And I don't think Spencer was expecting the breaking ball, so reacted to it late to foul it off and stay alive. And fouls that one off. That one had all kinds of spin on it, checked up, and actually started coming back to him. Like a Jack Holland sand wedge. The 1-2 from Burse. And stays alive again. Just got a piece of the changeup. Good battle here between Spencer and Burse, the two leadoff men. Burse checks back to second. And gets him to roll over. That'll be to Dotson. Got to be quick. And gets the out. Advances the runner to third, but 2 outs here. I think that one took a little bit longer than Dotson thought to get to him. Then Spencer almost beat it out. That'll bring up Sebastian Peralta. He is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Grounded out his last time up. And that one hit him. Man, he's frustrated. You can tell. That's the 6th batter hit by a pitch here. And that'll put runners on the corners. And bring up Gavin Gebhardt, who is 1 for 2. He singled and came around to score in the second. So runners on the corners here. Bears looking to add on. Burst looking to keep them right where they are. That one just a bit high. Hit out to Ziegler. Over to first. Got him. What a play. And that keeps them right where they are. Great play by the BC third baseman. Nice snag there at first by Kai Hernandez Gamble. And that'll take us to the bottom of the 5th. BC down 4, down to their last 9 outs. Got to start moving.
Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at jvdattorney.com.
Welcome back in. Bottom of the 5th inning here. Rasper still on the mound for the Bears. And it will be 2, 3, and 4 for BC. Noah Harris, Mason Diamond, and Kai Hernandez Gamble due up in the inning. And BC needs to start pushing some runs across. Noah Harris today is 0 for 1. Reached on an error in his first at bat. Struck out his last time up. Looks like Rasper's ready. And Harris going to lay down a bunt, and he's going to basically walk into first base. Great idea. Perfectly executed. And trying to get a rally started here. So that brings up Mason Diamond. He walked his last time up. So speed on first base as Diamond swings through strike one. And that catches the inside corner. Diamond's quickly behind 0-2. Got him swinging on the outside and then buckled him on the inside. Now trying to put away the BC catcher. And hits that one straight up and over the netting. The 0-2. Off the plate outside, 1-2. Harris gets a small lead off of first. He's going. Swing and a miss. Strike him out. But Harris will advance safely on the steal. So one down, runner on second. That'll bring up Kai Hernandez-Gamble. Kai doubled his last time up. And Noah Harris trying to shake something out. As Coach Jason Pasquale comes out to check on him, he shakes him off. You wonder if he just belly flopped a little bit. BC with a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Need to start getting some runs across. Rasper resets. And it seems like a small communication issue between the pitching coach and the catcher, but you got to figure it out. And that one gets buried in the dirt. Kai had a home run in game 1 last night. And the wind is blowing out if he can pull it. Breaking ball stayed high, 2-0. Mason O'Neill stands in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss, strike one. Guy just couldn't time up the breaking ball. And that breaking ball just mixed them up, 2-2. I think he was just sitting on something else. So count runs even here at 2-2. And that one chases him inside. 3-2. Rasper upset with himself because he was close to catching that inside corner. Full count here to the BC first baseman. And he slaps that one foul. Again, that poor T-ball game going on over there, just getting peppered with foul balls. Count stays full. Rasper's ready. And that one fouled away, stays alive. Breaking ball high and in. Just got a piece of it. Rasper will get a new baseball. As the sun starts peeking through the clouds a little bit. And that's low. That'll put 2 on for Mason O'Neill. Runners on first and second. O'Neill's 0 for 2, fly out and a strikeout. And he's due. Had a great night pitching last night, but has been struggling at the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. And that one's high. That one's high and outside. BC fans come alive a little bit. Hitters count here 2-0. And that one floated out towards center. Going to be a tough play. And that'll get down. And they'll hold everybody. So a single soft liner out to center field loads the bases here, and that'll bring up Ike Ross. And Will Dixon will pinch hit. Right-handed batter in for the Cadets. Gets his signals from Coach Pasquale. And we got some action down in the bullpen. And I think, again, it's just some miscommunication. The coaches have an earpiece with the catcher and can call in the pitches. But this inning, they've been struggling to get them in. But a big leverage situation here for the Cadets. Bases loaded, down 4, 1 out. You're down to your last 8 outs here. And right now, the pitcher in the bullpen for the Bears is playing catch. Bases loaded situation here. Dixon at the plate. And breaking ball. Dixon wanted to pull the trigger but held off, and that's strike one. First and third are in. And Dixon rips that one into the gap. That's going to get down all the way to the wall. One runs in. Here comes two. Runner to third. And Will Dixon with a two-run RBI double. And the score is 8-6 Cadets with two runners in scoring position. And the game-tying run is standing on second. And just a great substitution from Coach Pasquale. Sometimes you know. That'll bring up Jaden Mueller here. Looking to add on. And that one catches the outside corner. And that's right there for strike number two. Two great pitches located right on the outside corner. And he's quickly ahead 0-2. Mueller just got to put this ball in play and try to get one home. And that was in the same spot as the first two, but he's, I guess, just a little bit off the plate. And Rasper upset with that call. He's got to settle back in. 1-2 to Mueller. He's 0 for 2 with two strikeouts. And he's 0 for 3 with three strikeouts. That's out number two. That'll bring up Joyner Ulrich still in the ball game after taking a tough collision in the top of the inning. Again, game-tying run standing on second. And Joyner's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Oh, just missed that one. And everybody's deep here, including the first and third baseman. If Ulrich can lay down a bunt, you probably get a run in and reach. That one's off the plate, 1-1. But BC down 8-1 at one point. Scores 3 in the third, 2 here so far in the sixth. And they've brought this back to a 2-run ball game. Elliot Ziegler stands in the on-deck circle. He'd bat next. And that one's high. 2-1. And now some real action in the bullpen for the Bears. That one flipped out towards first. Nice stop. And he'll get the out. But a bases loaded double scores 2 runs for the Cadets. And they're down just 2 as we head to the top of the 6th. More BC baseball coming to your way after this.
The new year means new goals. Proven Fitness Savannah has the facility and high-level coaching to help you see your fitness goals flourish in 2026. Stop by and see us at 7602A Waters Avenue or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Dead or alive, we want your car. No matter the condition, running smooth or barely rolling, Cash In Carry in Savannah will buy it right off the road. Visit us now, get your instant offer, and turn that ride into cash today. We buy cars, any condition.
Welcome back in here to watch BC Sports. Christian Gokel, glad to have you alongside here as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Amari Burst still on the mound, and he will face the heart of the order here for the Bears as Will Deggard will lead things off, followed by Carson Clark and Ethan Harrington. Deggard's reached base twice with a single, and then he was also hit by a pitch. Degenhardt flew out his last time up. Burst pours in a fastball for strike one. That one, high fly ball. Park should hold it. And it will for out number one. That'll bring up Carson Clark. He's grounded into a fielder's choice, been hit by a pitch, and struck out in his 3 plate appearances. And for Degenhardt, if that's last night, it's probably 10, 20 feet gone, but the wind a little bit different tonight as Burst just misses with the breaking ball. Again, wind really blowing in left to right. Strike one. And Burst just misses. Ball 2. 2-1 from Burst. And that's high and inside. Almost hit him. Count goes to 3-1 here. Burst at 45 pitches. (3-1) here. And that one's in the dirt for a walk. 5-pitch walk there. Puts a runner on first. That'll bring up Ethan Harrington. He is singled and reached on an error. Burst checks back, and Clark's back in safely. Plenty of time. Sun's starting to shine here a little bit as Burst gets him swinging through the off speed for strike one. And that's in there for strike two. Just catches the outside corner. Again, winner of this one advances to play North Oconee. If BC wins, they'll host. Swing and a miss. I'm going to say foul tip, so that keeps the runner at first, but more importantly for the Bears, Ethan Harrington stays alive. Burst is ready. The windup and the delivery. That one powered out towards center. Ulrich gives chase, circles on it for out number 2. Another loud out, but that's out number 2. That'll bring up Solomon Lee. He's 0 for 3 in this one with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And BC trying to strand Carson Clark at first. Righty-lefty matchup. And that's right there on the outside corner. That one hit a mile high to left field, but that should be playable. And it is. So Amari Burse, again, does his job of keeping Cambridge right where they are. And BC's got 6 outs to find 2 runs. Elliot Ziegler due up in the bottom of the 6th. We'll bring it to you next.
Want to make some extra cash just by sitting on your couch? At Cash and Carry in Savannah, Georgia, we buy any car, no matter the condition, and take it right off the road. Just visit the link, enter your car details, and get an instant offer. Cash and Carry, turning cars into cash without leaving your couch.
Criminal defense, family law, DUI, and divorce. You need representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted a Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023. Online at jvdattorney.com.
Welcome back in to watch BC Sports. It'll be South Georgia due up here in the bottom of the 6th, 9-1-2. Elliot Ziegler will lead things off, followed by Amari Burse and Noah Harris. Ziegler flew out his last time up, reached on his walk in his first plate appearance. Ziegler with a couple of nice plays out at third base this afternoon. Looking to add on with the bat here. That one gets away for ball 1. Misses outside there as well, 2-0. BC, again, 6 outs to find 2 runs. And that's in there for strike 1. Rasper's the guy right now. And that one poked foul. Evens up the count at 2-2. Just on the outside of the first base bag. So Ziegler's got a battle here as the fans have broken out the incense to fight off the sand gnats. And gets crossed up there. Count runs full 3-2. Amari Burse stands in the on-deck circle. He's 2 for 3 with a single and a homer. And Ziegler does his job. Pokes that one out in right field and gets a base runner on in front of the top of the order. That will bring up Amari Burse. He's had a heck of a game. He's come in relief pitching. Has a 3-run home run and also scored their first run of the game when he came around after hitting a single. So runner on first, nobody out. Top of the order here for the Cadets. And Burris puts a shot into that one. Deep at the wall. Watch it go. Tie ball game. He's going to make sure he touches. And from down 8-1 to a brand new ball game, Amari Burris brings the Cadets back from the dead. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't think that ball could have been hit any harder. Dead center field. And that's Burris' 5th RBI of the game. And for any Cadets fans who exited the premise early when BC fell down 8-1 and are now watching this, there's still time to get back in the stadium. We won't tell anybody. And we'll have a new pitcher here. And that's going to be Patrick Spencer, the center fielder, will come in. And then James Duggar will go out and play center field, I believe, to replace Spencer. And Spencer's first job will be facing Noah Harris, who's reached on a single, reached on an error, and struck out. He's also stolen a base. I see our good friend Dennis Knight down there from the Savannah Morning News. I don't think there's anyone close in terms of covering Savannah sports. And he's had a fun one to watch here. And here comes Noah Harris, looking to pick up where Amari left off. Nobody out, bottom of the 6th. Chance for the Cadets to take the lead. And 2 straight balls, counts 2-0. A big swing and a miss from the Cadets second baseman. Two-one count. And that one's ripped into the gap. Chases him back, circles up at the track, and that'll be out number 1, but allowed out there from Harris, and that'll bring up the catcher, Mason Diamond. Diamond's 0 for 2 with a walk in this one. And that one's right there for strike 1. That one high and outside. That one just misses. 2-1. Oh, big cut there from Diamond. Slider right over the middle, but just got under it. Count goes even, 2-2. Kai Hernandez Gamble stands on deck. That's a swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Second strikeout in a row there for Diamond. And that will bring up Kai Hernandez Gamble. He walked his last time up, doubled the time before that. He's 1 for 2 today. Mason O'Neill stands in the on-deck circle. Big cut. Chases the high heat for strike one. Ooh, Hernandez just missed, but that's strike two. Patrick Spencer's come in and gotten to work. And that one ripped out towards center. But right at the center fielder, just had to take a couple of steps back. But Amari Burse, a 2-run jack following Elliott Ziegler's single, evens up this ball game as we head to the 7th inning.
Dead or alive, we want your car. No matter the condition, running smooth or barely rolling, Cash In Carry in Savannah will buy it right off the road. Visit us now, get your instant offer, and turn that ride into cash today. We buy car, any condition.
The Georgia High School Association would like to thank its corporate partners for their valuable support of high school athletics and activities. Alpha Insurance, Georgia Electric Membership Corporation, Gatorade, Wilson, BSN Sports, the Atlanta Hawks, Mizuno, the Atlanta Braves, Subway, Sport Medicine South, Atlanta Track Club, NFHS Network, Regions Bank, Max Preps, GoFan, and Georgia Public Broadcasting. It will be 8, 9, and 1 due up here in the top of the 7th. Tyler McKinley will lead things off. He is 1 for 3 with a single. And Amari Burse back out for another inning of work here. And that one low. And that's in there for strike one. And that one skips away, ball two. Burse working the bottom of the strike zone right now here to McKinley. On just what's turned into a perfect afternoon here in Savannah. That one ripped out, but going to be cut off. Big turn, but they'll hold him at first for a single. And that will bring up Callaway Holmes. Holmes is 1 for 1. He's been hit by 2 pitches today. And that was the first hit Burse had given up since the last time he faced Holmes. Patrick Spencer stands in the on-deck circle. Burse is ready, waiting for everybody else. Checks back to first, but McKinley's back in just in time. And Holmes tries to lay down a bunt, but he goes foul for strike one. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in. Love the banter. Ask you keep it respectful. These are high school teenagers out there. And pick play again, close, but he's back in safe. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there from Burse for out number one. And at least for this game, MVP versus MVP right here. What a matchup. Burse versus Patrick Spencer. Both guys currently the pitchers for their teams. Spencer started the game with a leadoff home run, singled in his next plate appearance, and he's grounded into two fielders' choices since. And that one grounded to Kai. Tough play, but he's going to beat it. He's going to say Burse was off the bag, and so that'll put runners on first and second. And Coach Jason Pasquale is going to come out to argue. And that'll put runners on first and second with one out. On that infield single. Again, Spencer is just burning out of the box every time he hits a ground ball. And we have a full meeting of all four umpires happening right now. And they're going to say he's out. Overturned. That changes things. And so Spencer, out at first. That will advance McKinley to second, but now two outs. And the Cambridge coaching staff are beside themselves. So here's the situation. That brings up Sebastian Peralta. He's been plunked twice. This is a single and a ground out. Now a runner on second, two outs. And that one ripped out towards second. Over to first, and that'll do it. We'll head to the bottom of the seventh. Cadets with a chance to take the series.
Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at jvdattorney.com.
It'll be the heart of the order for the Cadets. 5, 6, and 7. Mason O'Neill will lead things off, followed by Dixon and Mueller. And BC one run away from a historic comeback. And it will still be Patrick Spencer on the mound. You want your guy out there, and he has been that for Cambridge in this series. And it'll be a lefty-on-lefty matchup to get things going. Mason O'Neill with some words of encouragement from his coaches. BC football coach Danny Britt checking in, showing his support for the Cadets. Spencer delivers and fouled away by O'Neill. BC was down 8-1 after 2. And since then, they've clawed their way back into this one, looking to take this series and host the semifinals. That one's in there for strike 2. Spencer quickly ahead. And that one just missed. Great pitch. And that one popped up. Should be foul, and it is. Just behind the dugout. Count stays 1-2. Appreciate everyone from around the state tuning into this one. Coming down to the last few outs here between two great teams. And O'Neill stays alive. Good cut. And a swing and a miss. And down goes O'Neill. That'll bring up Dixon. He had a 2 RBI double his last time up. And for Will, just stepped right into a situation. Pinch hitter, bases loaded, boom. Huge double. And that's right there for strike 1. And that one popped a mile high, but into shallow right field. And they're there to put the squeeze on it for out number 2. That will bring up Jaden Mueller. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And that one's high and outside for ball 1. That one's outside for ball 2. Mueller puts a charge into it. Deep left field. Oh, the wind holds it. So that's going to do it. Extra baseball here in Savannah. And would you expect anything else from these two? We'll be back. Top of the 8th coming up next.
The new year means new goals. Proven Fitness Savannah has the facility and high-level coaching to help you see your fitness goals flourish in 2026. Stop by and see us at 7602A Waters Avenue or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Welcome back in. It'll be Amari Burst still on the bump. And Jaden Mueller with a loud fly out, but that's just kind of how the wind's blowing today. And for Patrick Spencer, he's set down the last 6 men he's faced. So we'll flip it over here, top of the 8th, and it'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Bears. Gavin Gebhardt, due up. He's 1 for 4 with a single. Burst is ready. And they attempt a bunt, but he ran through it for strike 1. And again, Cambridge down here because they're a 2 seed, but out of a region where 3 teams advance to the Elite 8. Heck of a ball club as that one misses off the plate. Counts 1-1. And that one ripped through the gap. And that'll be a leadoff single. For Gebhardt, his second of the game. And that'll bring up Will Degenhard. He's 1 for 3. He's got a single and he's been hit by a pitch. And Degenhard having a conversation with his coach. For the Cadets, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Shows bunt. Runner goes, and he had a great jump. And he'll get into second, no problem. And strike 1 is the call, so nobody out. Runner on second here. And Burst with some chin music. Ball 1. And that one popped up. It'll be a tough play. And Burris can't get to it. Do love that it was Burris and not Diamond or Ziegler who was the closest one to making that play, showing off the wheels. But that'll be strike 2. That was Burris' 70th pitch of this one. And that's a chopper towards short. Harris with a wild throw. Gets away! And that's one you just got to put in your pocket. And a throwing error will score a run here. And Cambridge pushes across their first run since the second inning to take the lead. Still nobody out. That should be an infield single with a throwing error afterwards. And that will bring up Carson Clark. He was the hero of Game 2 last night with a 2-run home run. Tied up that ball game. And then they won it in the bottom of the 7th on a wild pitch. So Cambridge back on top. Burris checks over to first, but Degenhardt's back in safely. Swing and a miss. And that one's low and away for ball 1. Number 14, Jackson Green, is on to pinch run as a courtesy runner for Degenhardt, the catcher. And chop foul for strike 2. 1-2 here. And that one popped a mile in the air. Will the park hold it? Oh, it does come back. So that'll be out number 1. As the wind pushed it back into play. And Mueller was able to put a squeeze on it. That'll bring up Ethan Harrington, excuse me. He is 1 for 3, reached on a single and an error. And Burris misses outside. Ball 1. And Burris spikes that one, and the runner's going to get down to second, no problem. Count goes to 2-0. And if you're BC, you let one across, can't let any more. With as good as Patrick Spencer's throwing the baseball. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Solomon Lee is in the on-deck circle. That one fouled back. Count goes even, 2-2. Again, Burris, one of the many football players on the baseball team, and spring practice starts on Monday. But they want to be missing it because they're still practicing for baseball. The 2-2. And that one's ripped down the line. Will it stay fair? It will not. Just goes foul. And that was about 3 feet away from being trouble. As it is, count stays 2-2. Just got out in front of it. That one fouled back, just got a piece of it. Staying alive. This next pitch will be the 80th for Burris. And chopped out towards Burse. He'll check the runner. Fire over to Kai. And they're in. Okay. I was going to say, in what world is he safe? But that will be out number 2. Runner advances to third. And Jason Pasquale will come out and have a conversation with Amari Burse. I wonder if they will make a pitching change here. So runner on third, 1-run lead for Cambridge. 2 outs. And it looks like it's going to be Amari Burse. As he gets some pats on the back from his brothers. Hey, here we go. Solomon Lee 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, a ground out, and a fly out. And Burse looking to make him 0 for 5. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Had him way out in front. Just missed inside. And for Diamond, got to keep the ball in front of you. Oh, point down. Umpire's going to say he checked his bat. Count goes to 2-1. Tyler McKinley would be up next. The 2-1. Roped out. Dotson corrals it. Over to first, and that'll do it. But Cambridge pushes one across here in the top of the 8th. BC's going to have to answer. 3 outs to do it.
The new year means new goals. Proven Fitness Savannah has the facility and high-level coaching to help you see your fitness goals flourish in 2026. Stop by and see us at 7602A Waters Avenue or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Want to make some extra cash just by sitting on your couch? At Cash and Carry in Savannah, Georgia, we buy any car, no matter the condition, and take it right off the road. Just visit the link, enter your car details, and get an instant offer. Cash and Carry, turning cars into cash without leaving your couch.
Welcome back in to watch BC Sports. Bottom of the 8th here, and BC has 3 outs to find 1 run. It will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Joyner Ulrich, Elliott Ziegler, and Amari Burse due up here. For Joyner Ulrich, he's 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a walk. He's got a couple of runs as well. But BC has struggled thus far to get anything going against Patrick Spencer. Gonna have to get something going here. And that one flipped out into right field, right at the right fielder, and that'll do it for Ulrich. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Elliott Ziegler. He's 1 for 2 today with a walk and a single. Also came around to score his last time up. And that's right there for strike one. So BC on the brink here. Got to dig deep and find something. And that one roped out into right field. There we go. Clutch piece of hitting there, taking it the other way. And BC's got something going here. And that will bring up the man himself, Amari Burse. He's 3 for 4 today, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and another run as well. Throw a stolen base on top of that. And it's a lefty on righty matchup. Ziegler's got speed at first. There's no one else you'd rather have up there right now if you're BC. And Burse right at the pitcher. There's 2 for 1. And no, they're going to say he dropped it. Couldn't hold the toss. It was a setup double play, but couldn't convert. And so BC, everybody's safe. Runners on first and second for Noah Harris. And now the officials having a conversation. And if they retroactively call him out, this place is going to come unglued. And they're going to give him second and third. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know what just happened. Okay, first and third. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I wish I was a fly on the wall down there. I don't know what happened to get him over to third base. Any baseball experts in the comments, please feel free to weigh in. So Burse reaches on an error. Ziegler makes it all the way to third. And Noah Harris in. He's singled twice, stolen a base, struck out and flown out, but BC just needs him to make contact here and tie this ball game up. Lefty on lefty matchup. Degenhart with some signals for his pitcher. And the defense getting them set. Playing Harris to pull. And that one's ripped into right field, off the wall. 1 runs in, tie ball game. Burse digging for third. Tie ball game, runners on second and third. And Kai Hernandez Gamble. High fives, Elliot Ziegler on his way back. Fist bumps Mason Diamond, and Mason Diamond has a chance to send BC to the semifinals. Clutch piece of hitting from Noah Harris, and we got a tie ball game. And so they're going to intentionally walk Diamond. And so that will bring in Kai Hernandez Gamble. And everybody on their feet for this one. And that one's ball 1. Oh, just missed. And this place is ready to explode. Bases juiced. Amari Burse stands on third. He'd be the winning run. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Elevated him. High heat. You don't need a home run here. Just need to put the ball in play and make them work. The walk of Diamond puts the force in play at home. The 1-2. And that one's high. 2-2. Hernandez is 2 for 3 with a walk and a double. Ooh. And that just missed him. Cambridge wanted Kai called for stepping past the batter's box, but he was still in the box. Counts full, nowhere to put him. Trip to the semis on the line. And everyone is on their feet. And he hits him! Walk-off hit by pitch, and BC is on to the semifinals, and they'll host it here in Savannah. And they'll run out and meet their classmates on the wall. And they'll be back here next week against North Oconee and for Cambridge. What a battle. An unbelievable season comes to an end, and they fought their hearts out. From down 8-1, your Cadets battle all the way back. And a cool moment as these two teams, which battled all week, get together. We appreciate everybody tuning in here. And the historic season here for the Cadets continue. And North Oconee is a beast. One of the top-rated teams in the state. But BC will get them here in Savannah. And talk about some unbelievable performances. You have to start with Amari Burse, who came in the third inning when BC pitching was reeling and was able to put a lid on the offense for the Bears. And he delivered offense himself. 2 home runs, one a 3-run shot, one a 2-run home run, had 3 RBIs in the ball game, and then very aptly, he was the game-winning run there in the bottom of the 8th. They'll sing the alma mater to the fans. And a game to remember. So cool vibes feature of the game has to be Amari Burse for his performance, but there were spectacular performances all over the place. We'll give you the full stats here Amari Burse on the day was 3 for 4. Again, had 2 home runs, one a 3-run shot, one a 2-run shot. Also had a stolen base off a single, scored a run there. Noah Harris had a big day as well. He singled in his first plate appearance, reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and then also had that big double to score some much-needed runs for the Cadets. A little bit quieter night for Mason Diamond at the plate. He had 2 walks, still reached twice, but more importantly, he was unbelievable. He was unbelievable behind the plate, keeping the balls in front, and he had to deal with some erratic pitching. From there, Kai Hernandez-Gamble, he had a double, also had a walk, reached base twice there, and then, of course, had that hit by pitch, which scored the game-winning run. Mason O'Neill had a single. Then you had Ike Ross in there, and he got swapped out, and it was Will Dixon who stepped in and had a huge 3-run double. Jaden Mueller on the night struggled at the plate, but played a really strong left field, had some big putouts out there and some swirling winds. Joyner Ulrich reached base twice, once off a single and once off a walk, and then Elliot Ziegler just clutching that 9-hole right there, reached base on the walk, and then had 2 singles and really set up some of those huge RBIs for Amari Burse. So BC bounces back after their first playoff loss last night to win this one here tonight after going down 8-1. Again, fought back and will now host a semifinals matchup against North Oconee coming up next week. And we'll bring it to you here on Watch BC Sports. For everybody who makes this possible, the wonderful people at Benedictine, all of our people at Watch BC Sports, I am Christian Gokel. We appreciate you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.